Galio in that particular order of importance. So this could be mid lane where you build snowballs and then you try to affect the side lanes with that as well. Really? Maybe?
Looking for Daddy, one for Braum.
So we're just so excited about the new pick. We were just, okay, for LFD, it's gonna be possibly a Gragas top, Galio mid, and then Gragas top, because the Sin Out is already there. Unless Origin Series Sins Out top. We're gonna wait how is this gonna pan out.
So flexible coming here looking for Daddy.
Yeah.
I was hoping, I was looking Zyrocon, potentially actually going for Galio because of the pressure that Zyrocon is doing, but no, they're gonna pick up Braum instead. I think they're sending away this champion, and I think that is gonna be a banger of a series that I think potentially looking for Daddy can win it.
I think we actually have some magical powers here, team, because we said, where's the brand? We haven't seen it. They said, you know what? I'll do you guys one better. I'll play the very first game of Nunu in the CE Champs. Omo, are you tilted? Take it away.
Yo, Skimmy, let's keep it rolling right here. The first Nunu in the entirety of CE Champs, and I'm already looking at my dear partner, Omo. Are you feeling sad? Are you feeling happy? Are you excited? No words can describe right now. You're Omo.
It shouldn't have been like this. This should not have been how we had the first game of Nunu. It needed to be something cool, you know? This is just not the game that I wanted to see it in. They took that from us, Contra. They took away the good Nunu first game.
All right.
It is what it is, right?
Maybe they heard your cries like, where's the dragon security in many of all these matches? Like, okay, this time I'm going to bring in the guy that can help me smite better, that can basically
Wait a minute.
And
hang on, Contra. Are we seeing some roll swaps here, or is this a graphic error?
oh,
You're on the side of LFD,
Whoa.
right? What's going on here?
TP, who's probably trying his role at AD, or you could just bring it to the Baron lane. Maybe it's like, you know what? This Gragas here is going to be pretty tough of a matchup, so I'm going to bring it over on the other corner.
Oh, it
TP,
is? The roll swap.
It's a roll swap. It's a roll swap, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, guys. Maybe the last two games wasn't going
You know what happened?
Okay.
You know what happened after game 2?
Yeah.
Juan said, dude, you're getting solo killed way too much. Let me show you how it's done. Move aside, move aside. Just go play AD. I'm gonna play Bradley. You're a noob. And he took the Gragas into his own hands, and he's trying to, send a message. He's gonna solo kill whole team. And I don't know. That's the most rational explanation to me.
I guess so. And as much as Juan might just be a name, but if you turn to Chinese, Juan means change. So
that's true, I guess. Yeah.
Maybe that sort of change will be necessary when we go into some of these team fight. But as we get into the game here, this janky bottom lane synergy is going to be interesting. But I guess it's okay.
We'll see. We'll have to see, right? I mean, I have no idea how this one's going to play out. I'll tell you that much for sure. PP already not off to a great start. You see the Prey Seeker second skill there, just missing the last hit on the creep. It's already not boding well. Wolf gets spotted out, though. This could be a 2v2.
Oh, maybe 2v1 if this Nunu does not go
in. Rolling it in.
It's going to be rolling in. And that's going to be a double ton. Perfectly set up from Woodward just as much as well. Then Flash comes right through. What they will look onto taking down CLJ. Gives them a tornado. And I guess that's about it. But Butchai says, it's not about over yet. He takes a little peek. I think Win saw that coming. So none of that is going to be happening. Still no first blood from QWQ or looking for Daddy.
Yeah, just gonna be underwhelming Nunu gank attack. That's what Nunu is good at, right? He's good at ganking, but he's bad at counter ganking. Or rather, he's bad when he gets counter ganked. Nunu's not great when he's in a scenario where he has to fight and skirmish. You see PP close to getting solo killed in the second lane of the game. I think that's quite an accomplishment, right? You know how you have like things like a EGOT, right? Where you get an Oscar, you get a Tony, you get a Grammy. PP is Mr. Worldwide. He's getting solo killed in top lane, getting solo killed in bot lane. Maybe we had another game he gets solo in bot lane, in mid lane, but Houghton. What is this?
He goes down and there's still the double. It's a double.
What is this?
Look at that. 2-for-1 trade. Well worth it. Buy 1 free.
All right.
QWQ.
Call the pause. Call the pause. PP needs to say something to Juan right now. He needs to say, not that easy, is it? Huh? Baron lane, you thought it was easy?
Not at all. And guess what? Juan says, time to Juan lanes again. So this isn't the case. Yeah, I guess it is. Like, top lane, not my territory.
Yeah.
Let's go mid. Let's go mid.
Yeah. I will be sure to tell my Hispanic friend Juan that his name means change, and I will make sure that he understands that. But other than that, I mean, if you look across the board, I think they're gonna swap back the lanes. Yeah, this gank is never gonna work.
Yeah.
I mean, Juan doesn't even need to use the body slam there. Yeah, they're just gonna swap back the lanes. They were just catching some waves when it's gonna come to the mid lane. And Contra, I got a question for you.
I'm listening.
LFD when?
Mm-hmm.
LFD when did I ask?
Well, you got me there. You got me there. So another question.
I don't know. At this point, I'm running out of content. I'm running out of jokes to make. I had to go for the lowest hanging fruit there. And yeah, it's gonna be a slow game once again.
Okay. Now, question is, when are they gonna finish these items? Like, it's about 4 minutes. We're looking at BF Sword for the Kaisa.
Yep. We see some
BF
rollers.
I guess that's not too bad for the Roa. But now, with the rest of QWQ already by the Drake, they're not looking to secure it. They say, you know what? Let's play bowling. Tommy might just roll up top, but guess what? No, that's not happening. We see a Croc up top, and Houghton now gets jumped on Hero's entrance, and they will still continue with the chase. But here goes Tommy, though. Great setup for the last grab, and that's where Wolf will eventually fall. Absolute Zero secures the kill. Maybe not necessary, but Chi gets a great knockup with the Glacial Fissure. They will now defuse the scenario and look to take care for their own. It might just be a Lich, though.
Oh, LFD, they're so low. Can they really contest this?
Not entirely sure, but I guess it's whatever for the situation. Tommy,
They're just doing a dance.
He's got the smite. He could just take a bite off if he wants
Yeah.
to. Why is he buying time? Just
there we go.
take it. Okay, here comes the late Tom, and
What?
everybody else collapse. Looking for Daddy, slowly losing members after another CLD flashes over that Ignite, and well, oh well.
Yeah, what was that? I mean, I understand not wanting to give up the objective, right? But there's a time and a place to contest. That was absolutely not the time or the place for when. Instead, he doesn't realize that. He just flashes in. This is also not the time or place for you to try to gank Renekton. I think whole team, in my books, he's been playing pretty well. Mechanically, individually, doing a good job. It's just when it comes to where do I need to be on the map? How do I accelerate my lead? How do I put pressure on the map? He's not doing these things. But individually, laning, mechanics, pretty good. And I think you were right here, Contra. Smart one. Color caster on our desk. Tommy picked the Nunu, so they finally get objectives. You called it.
Yes! Another smite! Another bite!
There we go. Yeah.
And I love it, like, this is the power of Nunu, and I guess we should see more of it, but QWQ possibly could get cleaner fights from some scenarios of what we saw.
Yeah, we saw the strengths of Nunu in this game, right? But we also saw its weaknesses, the 2v2 mid. It's kind of a throwback to game one, right? You come in with the snowball, you go for a bit of a gank attempt, but if your opponent jungler is there, and if your opponent jungler is someone like Xin Zhao, you're not winning that fight, friend.
Indeed. Well, I just really want to know what's next for looking for Daddy.
Contra. Tommy's building AP.
It's going for AP. He's
AP Nunu.
It's like, that's how we do it. That's how we want to build a semi-tank Gragas, which we'll still be seeing a 1v1 against the Renekton. I guess that's fine for now. It's going to be one item on both sides.
I'm just waiting to see the full AP Nunu sit in a bush with absolute zero on and just pop some fools. I think that would be the best part of the scene.
Yeah. Let's get that going somewhere in the mid game, probably. And
yeah, hopefully.
If he can get a giant snowball off of a few members, because we saw onto one, that could possibly disrupt any sort of charging time, and that's going to be the grand entrance, dropping onto PP with Wolf visiting right by, and that's where they will just use a defensive quickness to run away from PP. He dives right in. Looking will not survive the gank, and that's a very late redemption just to ensure that LFD survives.
Mechanical errors all across the board right there. You see the Kaiser trying to... What?
Okay, we're playing bowling.
He missed.
GG.
Gets out. He got out.
Wow.
Tommy dived in. Yeah, Blue Smite. Blue Smite would have killed him right there. I'm just saying, Blue Smite would have killed him. You didn't need to use Absolute Zero, right? But you tried, you went for it. Doesn't quite work out. They might lose their mid lane turret here now.
Yeah, eventually. They're still looking for the chase. Look at that. Tries to curve the ball.
Yeah.
but that is a little bit harder to land. I guess that the difference between Nunu in Wild Rift and in PC, he doesn't get that ramp up of speed when he rolls the snowball.
I think he does get a little bit faster towards the tail end of that one, but I want to point out this has a bit of similarities, right? It's kind of like the Ash flashbacks that we were talking about, just trying to curve the bullet in somewhere. Not quite gonna work right now for Tommy. And I do want to see CLJ actually make his way toward the team when they start looking for objective fights, when they start looking for big fights. Because his ultimate is gonna be so key. They review him! Tommy got reviewed by Sinzao.
Well,
Oh, nice.
that's a good crescent sweep, but that won't be able to buy them too much time to survive till the till. Chi goes down. And that's a huge chunk of damage coming from only 3 individuals of Looking for Daddy. Now, where is the backup? They're still waiting, chasing right in. Great grand entrance, and that will secure 2 more kills for QWQ.
Finally, a good play from QWQ. It started off really bad. They were camping the tri-brush, but they were hugging the wall a little bit too tightly. Wolf, trying to use his second skill on the Crux, actually reviewed Tommy right there, but I think he reacted a little bit too slow, and it was a great engage from Butchai. Look at this right now, gets both up. Now just imagine if Yasuo was here for the follow-up, but that's not necessary because of 4-on-3, you're gonna win it anyway. I think the good usage of the Sinzao ulti to try to disengage that fight, it's not gonna be enough though. Loki maybe didn't need to use his third skill there, but that's gonna be okay. This is just great. This is good, easy, all-in dive attempt. And this is looking like QWQ. I don't want to jinx anything, but it might be a trio.
Yeah, and I guess that it has proven the whole Atlas does wrong on their votes. I'm glad
Me too. I put trio for LFD as well.
I put 3-2 LFD. So I guess that at least my 2 pointers to QWQ is worth mentioning.
You know what? I think the people who voted 3-2 are probably closer though, because this was a very close series. We look at the scoreline, we see 3-0. We might think it was a huge stomp for QWQ, right? That was not the case. It was pretty evenly matched, right? I would say for the wrong reasons, but it was pretty evenly matched. So 3-2, not the worst call here.
Yeah, I guess that whichever the call is, it's definitely a huge surprising factor to see how QWQ have managed to not only improve in such a short duration, but they're making some plays happen. That's going to be the last grab dropping right through. Wolf gets a good sweep onto all 3. And that's the absolute hero that we're looking for. But he will have to flash away. Killer Instinct over wall. He will only be able to get one more. LFD potentially can come back in here to secure that barrier right here, right now.
Renekton, you need to buy a TP. You can turn this fight around. You just need to go home and buy a TP. They're opting not to do it. Want the tier 2 at the bottom lane. They want the tier 1 at the mid lane. They're just gonna trade objectives. But look at the health bars. They're so low. You can just kill all of LFD right now, but they opt not to take the fight. I don't know why. They just want to play it safe, I guess. You know what's interesting, Contra? They started off the fight with PP walking into a full channel absolute 0, losing half his health, and they still win the fight. Crazy shit.
Yeah, and I really do wonder, right? Like, now he has that cap and he hasn't been really getting, you know, heavy damage. I think I did some experiment on my own, you know, putting Nunu into mid. And fun fact, you know, before we even jump into this broadcast, okay, I'll hold that for a bit. Good knock up. Okay. Oh, boy. Now we're going for the turret. LFD jumping right in. That might just be a good catch onto Tommy. And Logan as well. Absolute 0 onto 4. They bring them down low. Redemption popped in, and they will still survive. Looking for Daddy with this Baron power play.
They want hold in. They want hold in.
Effect. Just right there. And that's CLJ, who might just fall prey if he cuts right into the jungle. So it definitely was a little bit of slow turner out there. Holton somehow didn't get cut off.
So, my question is, if you guys have been winning every single team fight inside of QWQ, why are you guys trying to split push on 3 lanes? Send one guy to split push at most, get a TP in on somebody else. Maybe Houghton didn't need the Gargoyle Stone play right here. I've never seen a Renekton buy a Gargoyle Stone play over something like, you know, a teleport if you're planning to be split pushing the whole game. And you have 10k gold, the most in the game. And this is why we criticize Houghton, right? He played laning phase well. He has good individual mechanics. But when it comes to knowing where to be on the map, he's absolutely clueless. He has no idea.
Not a single clue at all. Now, speaking of vision game here, just look at some of all these sports here. Line it up for LFD. Now they're going for another catch. One just casually dropping in.
Him, man.
Now he goes in with the Pharisum. Not going to be all too enough, as that's going to be PP on a rampage. I guess
If
maybe he's playing a better marksman.
If I was playing Zaya, and my Rakan just left me like that, I'm leaving the game.
FF. Early
Yeah, I'm just out. Like, what?
Okay.
He has everything.
Oh,
this is huge.
great cancellation. You saw the cast, and now the rest will follow through. With a hero's entrance dropping in, Hotian will make it out while looking for Daddy. Did not have the Baron buff intact any longer, but they will still secure tier 2. Now, let's take a chill pill.
And the gold is tied up even right now. Exactly what we wanted, Contra. An exciting, evenly matched, closely fought game between these two powerhouse teams here, QWQ and LFD. I want to point out really quickly that Hotin has not been a part of a team fight for the last 5 minutes. The man has been living his best life in the sideline.
Well,
and Yasuo as well, CLJ has not been a part of any single team fight for 5 minutes too. So these two guys, they've been chilling while their team gets 3v5.
Yeah, if that's going to be the case, if it's going to be living life by the edge or just having a really good time. So, QWQ sitting under their ward as PP.
Yep, they are.
Spot them out.
Dragon's
this is going to be Dragon though. And
look at
where's
this,
Gragas?
Fulton. Make up your mind. He can't decide if he wants to go up, he wants to come down, he wants to help his team. He's gonna decide to come down. Look at that, TP's OP, huh?
TP definitely is OP, and that's where Wolf will dive hit first. Not gonna be able to catch anybody here. And wait. And I look at Bajai, he misses the quickness, and now that's gonna be a flag. Whole team comes right in. Absolutely Zero already being utilized, and LFD, they're screaming for help. Help me out, Daddy. I don't know what to do with this team fight.
Contra, no! Wolf is gonna get chased down here, and I am shocked, Contra. Frankly, I am baffled. I am shocked. I am in disbelief. Who would have thought that if QWQ brought 5 people to a team fight, they would win?
Right. And, well, it baffles me too. Like, I guess that definitely worked out for them at the very end of it.
Oh.
Now here comes a good setup for the Yasuo.
Oh.
As he kills Hasaki. And
He does.
just gonna be holding the line all alone. And QWQ is looking for that clean sweep, needing more damage, but the rest of looking for Daddy is right here.
No way.
With the killer instinct, they dropped into the fight. Gatan onto looking, only having 1 HP, and a dream will go down to the hands of PP.
And the Nexus solo right now, but they managed to hold on. Another breath of life here for LFD. They're going to be looking towards the Baron as well. They want to take this one down. I think they will be able to. It's going to be very risky for QWQ to try to contest that. They might not even make it here in time. Let's see what they up to do. Yeah, they're just giving it up. Nunu's going bot side.
Yeah, I guess that they're just going to get their hands on the Drake. A low-hanging fruit for them, at the very least. Well, they could have actually contested them. Just look at the health bars that dropped from PP as well as she. Looking for Daddy, they know that this is going to be an important objective to last a little bit longer and possibly another team fight with so many waves. Just gets all the dragons, so working perfect for them.
Yeah, this is the second Baron actually for LFD. They're still behind in gold, but at this point in the game, I would say that a 4K gold lead is rather inconsequential. Comes down to execution and how you play the team fights. You want to point out PP sitting at 6-1 and 2. He is huge right now in the Zaya. On this Kai'Sa. 4 completed items. 2,000 go up on Loki, and he's gonna be doing a lot of damage if he gets into your backline. But we just need to see one good team fight from QWQ.
While we're waiting for a team fight, let me teach you a little bit of Malay. So, PP actually means cheek in Malay. So I guess that's a little bit of a tongue-in-cheek of how he could possibly go in with some cheeky plays, and that's where another team fight breaks loose. While Chi-Chi is going to be at the back. Absolute Zero holds the line. Well, there is an exit for Holton, but he won't be able to last for all too long. GA already being
reset the fight.
We'll be able to get one more for a killing spree. Now looking for Daddy, could potentially turn this and reverse sweep the match with the Baron buff in play. 4 versus 5 though. Can they do it? TP's coming back in for this long haul trade. And when looking for the Justin Punch does not connect. And finally the in hit. Well, Wolf comes right in as well. Now they will just try to negate the danger. They got what they needed already. Now slowly working on that bottom lane.
Indeed they are. It's going to be mid lane inhibitor going over to LFD. Yeah, things not looking great for QWQ. They messed up a couple of team fights. it's not a good situation to be in, and a lot of that stems from just poor team fighting, right? They're not getting the engages to set the Yasuo up. Yasuo's not getting on the backline. Kai'Sa's having a free game, and that is gonna be a disastrous situation for QWQ. Gold is tied up. Elder's coming up in a little bit. I think they want to go for some split push right now. I don't really know. They're just spread across the map. If they get caught, this could be disastrous.
And I spy with my little eye right now. The boot for the Yasuo is not completed with any enchantment, but maybe he's just going all in with that 110 buff. Here comes the grand entrance immediately into the Yasuo ult. While Wolf will be able to swipe them away with the rest of LFD. They try to fall right back. QWQ didn't get anything out of that.
Yeah, and they committed the Rakan ultimate in exchange for the Xin and Gragas ultimate, so not the worst case scenario here, right? Still got a bit of time to Dragon, still got a bit of time till Baron, so I think we are going to be in a bit of a stalemate for a while longer. 5 members group from QWQ. If only they've done this 10 minutes earlier, the game might have been in the bag by now. Now the question though is it too late? Is this 5-item Kai'Sa gonna just 1v9 the game? Is what it took for LFD to win to swap PP to Marksman?
I think it's still a really huge potential for looking for Daddy. If you look at some of these past few team fights, they've managed to catch Loken out for multiple times already. And when you don't have that Xayah to deal with, they just absolutely lack damage. And Oten is already going in for a little bit more of the sustainable HP build, where you got GA, you got Gargle Stone Plate, Starouts. Yeah, you name it. She's not going to deal too much, just about enough to maybe take one person down, and that person most likely wouldn't be PP.
That does mean, though, that it's going to be very hard for him to play the side lanes because he doesn't have teleport. And that's going to be an advantage that Juan has over him. I'm quite curious why Juan is not opting to push the sideways at all right here. But, you know, it's going to be what it is, right? And Wen is going to be the one pushing the sideways. He has Hero's Entrance, so that's going to be A-okay. Baron is alive. Elder, Ocean Dragon, 10 seconds as well. Look at how disjointed both of these teams are. Look at how scattered all of their members are. All it takes is one team to try to pull off an engage, and honestly, it could be a wipe either way.
That's right, and I'm just surprised how they managed to even get even into the late game. Here comes the Death Camp coming out. Well, QWQ already moving into the round.
So fast.
They might just be able to actually punish them though, but here comes the snowball, charging into the mid lane here. And again, anybody is looking for Chi, does not get any at all. It gets blocked. Now, Hero's Entrance, great knockup.
Where's the Yasuo?
And everybody gets caught in between the Absolute Zero, picking up that Galio. And this is where QWQ goes in for that chase. They manage to get what they need. And they're already falling back. PP now 1 versus 4. He won't be able to last all too long. QWQ, they won the war. They might just be able to sweep this entirety of the series, not giving any chances for looking for Daddy. Now marching up mid. How much time can they buy? Juan now all alone. Is this going to be it? Well, sit down. He's going to fit it away. And this is the series, my friend. Omo, it's QWQ.